Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zach. Today I'm going to be covering GHIV once more as an update to my previous video. If you haven't watched my previous video, I do recommend to watch it after this one here. I'm going to give you an update as well as technical analysis right after. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and notifications on, and let's jump right into this one. So GHIV, this one is soon to go into a reverse merger as a SPAC. And what I want to really cover is any of the latest news that we have. Now, UWM in the news, we don't have much going on other than, hey, they're actually going back to basically reverse merger. They have partially refund borrowers for late appraisals, and they just made a huge appraisal promise that basically with the refunds for late appraisals. So that is actually pretty good in general. And basically they give a guarantee that all appraisals will be within 10 business days. That is massive because that escalates the speed of appraisals to be done. So you can just have it all done in 10 days, and if not, then you get a refund. That's a massive promise. Now, they're also having another event coming up on the 21st of January 2021, which is just 2 days from now. I'm making this video on the 19th. It's at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So they'll be joining in for FAMP Miami, and they will basically be there presenting in this chapter. So FAMP Miami chapter here, you can go on their website. It's miamifamp.org, and you get to see basically some of their general sponsors, some of their kind of what they stand for, but in general, it's just an event for exposure. Nothing more, nothing massive event there. The really important event that we have is tomorrow, happening on January 20th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is a special meeting to actually basically show the approved votes for UWM reverse merging. Now, of course, the votes are not yet public, but 99% of the time it gets approved. So the expectations is that tomorrow we're going to be able to know when this merger is exactly going to happen in terms of the date, when it's going to be public, when the new ticker is going to be, and what the new ticker is going to be, probably UWM. And that is basically all we have on the SEC filings part. Now, a big part of this one here, if you've been onto my channel, there is this kind of chart that usually follows through. Now, we have this massive jump already, and I feel we're somewhere around this region here. And that is very important because you can still see maybe a little bit of another, not a new high, but closer to a new high, before it drops again before the official merger date. Now, it doesn't always exactly follow this period, but right now we're further increase as DA is announced and merger date gets closer. Now, exactly we are in this region here. So we haven't gone to the right region, but certainly a pullback will be seen later on in the future. Now towards the technical analysis part, if you haven't done so, please make sure to actually drop a subscribe. Now, I have seen a lot of you folks have been watching my videos continuously, but never clicking on that subscribe and notification button. It really helps me and bumps me up in algorithms on YouTube. Make sure as well to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow. If you would like to join our Discord, it's totally free. There's no pumping involved in there. You'll find it in the description below. Now, coming on towards the technical analysis point of view, GHIV here, on the one-day perspective, things are looking that it's sliding down on the MACD. We're seeing a massive pullback, and we can get to see that the MACD is in fact yet retracting. Meanwhile, momentum is still stable in a way. ADX showing yes, it is a pullback, and the million percent R is showing it's somewhere around a little bit closer to oversold. Now, the moving averages are all bullish. They're all pinpointing upwards, and that is an amazing thing still, because it is currently in the trading action zone where positive reversals are likely. You get to see it really played before before like that. So the positive reversals are expected all the way until 1201. Once it starts breaking that 1201 bracket, that's where things get a little bit ugly in my point. Now, the next thing we want to look at is 2-hour perspective. On a 2-hour perspective, things are looking a little bit sideways. They're more like slipping down a little, and that's a little bit off a point of concern for me, just because the moving averages are bearish on the 2-hour perspective, and that's something that usually you don't want to see. So everything else on the indicator on the 2-hour has been a little bit sloppy during the day. Yes, it jumps up a little bit in the day and then drops back, and it seems like it's almost a continuous cycle. Now, on the moving average band, we're expected to see this one to trade 1372 in the top, 1248 in the middle, and 1123 in the bottom. Currently in the Bollinger Bands between 1399 and 1097. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both showing more of a decline in this region. And that's something dangerous that we want to be able to adjust for. So in that sense, it's showing a little bit more of a downtrend rather than another leg up. So that's something to consider. Now coming on towards the Fibonacci retracements period. There is a significant support at the 1215 mark, followed by 1162, followed by 1097, followed by 991. Significant resistances sit at 1342 and 1438. Now comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? First off, we need to look at supports and resistances. The current support line sits at 1233. Below there, we're looking at 1221, that's a strong one. And then all the way down, I would say the next strong one is at 1124. Significant resistance sits at 1296, followed by 1338, followed by 1388, and then the 1426 mark. Now you get to see there's not a lot of points upwards. Now comes to the question to what I would do personally regarding this stock in terms of how I play it. Now, as I said previously, we really want to look at that $12 mark. And a big reason of this, you look at the Fibonacci retracements, it's really playing it well. The 1215 looks like it's a beautiful, beautiful support here. And the trading action zone in the bottom, on the one-day perspective, is sitting somewhere around the 1201. So it definitely looks like it is attempting this reversal. It is in a very awkward position where it's supposed to go on a downtrend, but with the nature of SPACs and how close we are getting to the vote, it looks like there is a little bit of an attempt to break through there. So how I would play it myself, well, there's two ways. I can either, well, actually there's three ways. I can try to short it somewhere closer to the merger date and then perhaps cover a little bit lower, but I'm not very fond of that one because it can really burn you, especially that this one is a long-term investment for me. The next thing here I want to do perhaps is a little bit of a short swing in a way, a small-term swing in a way. So around the 1201, or around just closer to the 12, I would basically buy in with a position in order for hopes maybe to get 13 or 14 bucks. I would add in or average down as we go. And then close before the merger date, I actually sell everything I have because you remember, it drops down after the merger. The next thing we want to cover here is basically the long-term phase. The long-term option, which I like more, is after the merger date, after it stabilizes, starts accumulating, then I would go in, and after basically the new ticker comes in, I would start adding into my position because I believe in the stock. So that is the kind of the two ways I would go about it, but everyone has their own way. In short, I definitely think longer term it's going to be good. It has a very high chance of a reversal, yet it's in a downtrend currently, and it's a little bit of a higher risk play. Now, what do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. Have a wonderful day. Hey everyone, if you've made it this long in this video, just make sure to actually drop a like. Now, if you would like to watch my latest educational series, I did add a little bit of part of it of how to scan for stocks, including the things like how to find stocks like swing trading, long-term like GHIV. Make sure to check it down below. There is a link to that in the educational series playlist. Have a good day.